What's up, guys? I'm back. It's round one with CJ, and today we're going to talk about the downfall of Andrew Cuomo and how worshiping politicians is going to lead to doom for many people for who love the hero worship their favorite politicians. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, Andrew Cuomo was the hero of the pandemic when he cleared the lowest bar in human history by showing better leadership than Donald Trump, and just by seeming like a competent adult on national TV, Cuomo wrote a book. He was on top of the world. People had him number one in polls to run for president. All this stuff. Meanwhile, the whole time there are great people doing great reporting, like the Daily Poster and David Sirota and some other people. We're always reporting on how awful this man was. The main thing was a nursing home massacre that he oversaw, and then he tried to shield his donors, the owners of the nursing home, from liability. And that became a quiet scandal because if you mentioned that a year ago, everybody would say, "Oh, are you trying to help Trump, or why are you trying to hurt Democrats and all this?" Not to mention all the women that have accused him of sexual misconduct. So these aren't new things that just popped up. Everyone kind of knew that he was a creep. He used to apparently be like a lawyer for Donald Trump back in the day or something. Maybe that's just what I heard. Don't quote me on that one, but there's he's got a history of dealing with sleazy people doing sleazy things. But this is just a microcosm of the issue that a lot of liberals I think have on on the Democratic Party, is that, and conservatives as well. Conservatives also worship political figures. Donald Trump basically has a cult, but for the most part, these people worship personalities and politicians like they're celebrities, rather than recognizing that these people were sent to do a job and they work for you. Like, you're not supposed to be fawning over them. You're supposed to be pressuring them to do their job, because their job is to work for you and they get paid to represent us. That's what representatives are. So, or what they're supposed to be. So when people worship figures like Obama without holding them accountable for what they actually do policy wise, it's very dangerous. We're running a cult of personalities where when people run for president, it's more about name recognition and personality rather than their policy platform. We saw that even though Bernie Sanders isn't the most striking personality, nor is he the most charismatic or anything like that, or good looking or anything like that, but he had the overwhelming support of young people because of his policy base. People recognized, they were smart enough to recognize these policies like Medicare for all, with a living wage, things like that, that would help me. And that's why people gravitated to him. And that's what the party can't seem to understand. They can't seem to understand, like, how do we get that type of enthusiasm behind our milquetoast neoliberal corporate candidates? And you can't do it because they don't stand for anything policy wise. So if you don't fall for the bait and switch of, don't they seem like a cool person, bro, then everything falls flat. So that's where we are at. And if we can't get past identity politics and hero worship of our politicians, even the ones we like, then we're never, ever going to get any progress. And they're just going to keep shoveling down figureheads that they think are smart enough to dupe us. So let's get on it. Let's focus on policy, not personality. Hey guys, what's up? It's round one with CJ. I'm back with some more commentary. And today I'm going to be talking about the death cult that is the modern day Republican Party and what the hell is going on. So let's go ahead and start that clock. We got 3 minutes. Let's break it down. So I live here in Florida right now. We have Governor Ron DeSantis, who is basically threatening school districts who are mandating masks for children. He's using his political power to make a political calculation to play to the anti-vax, anti-mask, crowd, and then he's willing to endanger children for it. And it's kind of shocking that it's been willing to go this far, but he's just a smaller symptom of the party itself. And here's the issue with the party: they're frauds, they're charlatans, they're liars, and they're running a death cult because they're trying to exploit the some of it is real justified skepticism over the vaccine and its rollout, and they're trying to take advantage of that for political purposes because they've given the game away. These Republican politicians, just about all of them are vaccinated. These big time, that's why they won't answer the question if you ask them, "Hey, are you vaccinated?" And a lot of them are throwing hissy fits talking about HIPAA violations and just walking off of interviews because they know that gives the game up. They're trying to stoke all this fear and skepticism over the vaccine when they've taken it. they're putting all this skepticism of mask and all these things when their kids, it was revealed for Ted Cruz, they're sending their kids to schools that contact trace and have mask mandates and require vaccinations and things of that nature. So if they're willing to do that for their children, they don't think, your children are worth that. Basically, it's terrible, and it really is a death blow. Those are their voters that they're willing to let die so they could get a little bit of political points. And that's basically what the Republican Party is, because they don't stand for anything. As I said in one of my previous videos, they're not offering anything. The Republican Party has no solutions to any problems other than give more money to rich people and tax breaks, more tax breaks for the rich. That was Trump's signature accomplishment in his 4 years in office. Out of all the bullshit he promised, what did he get done? Tax breaks for the rich. That's their priority, no matter what. During a global pandemic, what did they do? They gave giant bailouts to big corporations who didn't need it and cut some more taxes. Billionaires got exorbitantly more rich during the pandemic. So while everyone else is suffering and struggling more than they ever have, the rich are doing better than ever. And that is the whole purpose of the Republican Party. So when they're sending your kids to be slaughtered, and they're telling you to not get vaccinated, they're leaving out that they are vaccinated. Their kids are wearing masks behind closed doors, but what's good enough for them is not, good enough for us, the peasants. So that's where the Republican Party is. They're going to cry about critical race theory and invent problems that aren't there, because to distract from the fact that they have no solutions, and they're willing to kill their own constituents.